What up YouTube, it's Nicholas Bloxa here, and today I'm going to be talking about the pilot for 12 Forever, a show by Julia Vickerman. Now, well, not a show, it's more of a pilot. Now, what do I think about this show? In all honesty, I like this show for the most part. It's just that, okay, where do I start? This show definitely alright, I think I should start about what is this show. So this show is about a 12-year-old girl named 12 and her friend Shane. Now 12 is literally 12 years old, and as a 12-year-old she wants to do stuff like play with toys, you know, play with her imagination, all that other stuff, even though when I was 12 I didn't do half that stuff, but you know. Alright, but basically what she does is she goes in this imagination world with this key that appears to be made of candy, bandages, action figure parts, and all that other stuff. So basically what she does is she says some sort of rhyme, and then she has to find a door, and she enters that door, which turns into a portal to some kind of magical world, and then she goes in that magical world, and in that magical world anything she thinks of, or according to the show, if she wants it really badly, it just appears. So, what do I think about this show? Now, first of all, I don't want to completely trash talk this show. I like this show for the most, pilot. I like this pilot for the most part. It's just that it's too similar to Adventure Time for me. And, to be honest, my thoughts on the pilot so far is that it just seems too similar to Star vs. the Forces of Evil and Adventure Time, with a girl who both looks and acts similar to Tupu from the French animated show Tupu. Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of y'all should remember Tupu. So far, these characters really don't look that enjoyable. I mean, they're really pulling in Adventure Time on this show, with a kid who's a hero of some kind of magical world, and there's practically a bridge for other plots and ideas in the show, which is what Adventure Time does. Adventure Time is like setting based, setting driven rather than character driven, I believe. Well, like, to me it is. So basically it's kind of character and setting driven, in the sense that, okay, we got a character who's like this, we have the straight man character who's like this, and then we have the setting which is like this, where anything can happen in that setting. You see where I'm going with that, right? And then that kind of paves the way for different plot lines in between. So that's what I mean by that. This show's really pulling at Adventure Time. I mean, they have like these characters that just look all weird and the world look weird. It's just, I really see Adventure Time in this show. And Adventure Time failed miserably after a while. I don't want to see the show go through the same thing. So the creators of the show can go ahead and create something different. Well, I mean, I don't want you to create something different, but at least spruce up the show a bit, because it just really seems a lot like Adventure Time. The characters look very unappealing. I've heard of straight men to like balance humor out, which is supposed to be Shane, who's kind of like the mature one that kind of keeps 12 in check, and this other kid who works with his dad, he also keeps those two in check, because he's kind of like the older brother, except he's not really fun. This guy's not fun. He's not fun. Now, I've heard of the straight men characters. Straight men characters are usually entertaining. Example, Garnet from Steven Universe, or Squidward from old Squidward from SpongeBob. He had his flaws, he had his moments, you know, but it's just that this guy, Shane, he's just too straight and serious. And straight ironically, because I thought he was a girl. I really thought it was a girl. And to be honest, I thought he was gay at first. Like, when I found out it was a guy, I'm like, oh, well, he's probably gay then. I don't even know. It's ironic that I'm saying straight man. But, yes. He's quote-unquote the straight man. But yes, I've heard of, like, straight man characters like Mr. Gus. Mr. Gus is boring, but he's intentionally supposed to be boring. Which is what makes him funny, because, you know, he's boring, and he's intentionally boring, which is what makes him funny. He knows he's boring. He does a bunch of boring stuff. He's boring. That's why Mr. Gus is enjoyable. He's an enjoyable straight man character. By the way, Mr. Gus is from Uncle Grandpa. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. To be honest, the show overall is nothing new. I don't want to sound mean, and I don't want to take a complete crap on the show completely. But this show's nothing new. It really isn't. It's just Adventure Time. That's essentially what it is. Adventure Time with a girl that looks like Tupu from Tupu. That's pretty much it. I mean, she even uses language like Adventure Time, like butt witch or bro. I mean, I know Adventure Time didn't come up with that word, but it's like just how she says it in her entire character itself is like early Finn. And then we have then we just have the setting overall that reminds me totally of the Land of Ooo, in the sense that anything can happen, paving the way for other plots in between the show. Now, look, and the fact how she had like the suit and like this thing that like barfs up her weapons, and it wasn't. I just don't see the show lasting for too long. I feel like eventually, after a few episodes, they are gonna run out of ideas. I mean, you know, similar to Adventure Time. Adventure Time has no major ideas right now. They have no major plot. The show barely shows anymore, or episodes are not being made. Adventure Time has nothing. I don't want to see the show go through the same thing. Look, the show has potential, but a lot of things need to be changed about it in order for this thing to not be completely compared to Adventure Time. Because I can't be the only one that sees the show as Adventure Time. Now, I like the uniqueness, because like I like the little icons that they have. That 12 has these like little dust magical wish things, and what she does with it is that she pulls that out, throws it to Shane. Shane blows on it, which actually grants the wish, and then it goes back to either Shane or her. Oh wait, actually no. I like how Shane has to throw these magical dust things to 12. 12 blows on it, catches it and blows on it, and then it blows back to Shane, which grants the wish. Now that's a cute thing. I like that, but it seems so pointless. I mean, really, like, you have to do all of that? I mean, it would have been cool if, like, you know, she had the magical weapons and stuff, and Shane just had to wish and had to grant it. That would have been fun. But I don't see the show lasting for too long. I don't want to be mean, but I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't see the show lasting too long. It seems similar to Adventure Time. It's just ugh. And also, why does that guy's design look so similar to Lush from Steven Universe? I can't be the only one who thought so. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on the show. Nothing new entirely. Just an Adventure Time clone, I would call it. So yeah. Really, unless I could see more clips or something of this, it's just an Adventure Time clone. I will continuously call it that. I do like 12's design, but overall it's an Adventure Time clone. So yes, I look forward to seeing something in the show, but just I just don't feel comfortable with it now. It's too similar to Adventure Time. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and see you guys later.